Hey there, guys. This is Mimi, the matcha girl, and I am going to be hosting this cutesy little podcast called The Matcha Portal. Let's start with giving you a little briefing of who I am. I am a mother of three dogs. They are my life. They go everywhere with me, and the reason why sometimes it's gonna be challenging to do this episode, it's because they're always barking, yapping, fighting, screaming in the background. They have very strong personalities, and I just let them be. I'm a mother of Tokyo, Kakashi, and Coco. It's a Chihuahua, a Husky, Siberian Husky, and a Samoyed. You guys are gonna see them around. Probably, I'll just put their little photo on the cover of this episode just so you guys see, because they are a big part of who I am. Who else? I am also the founder of the Matcha Club, which is a beautiful brand that was born this year, 2025. I've been working on it though since 2023, but it was finally born this year. Oh, sorry, that's Tokyo in the background. Guys, stop. Sorry. Yeah, so the Matcha Club was founded in December 2024, but it's been going not at the speed of light as I would want it to go. I've had to face a bunch of difficulties in the middle of launching my matcha brand. I strongly feel like things will go the way they need to. How did I decided to start my own matcha brand? I decided to start my own matcha brand because I did my ikigai, which is a term that probably some of you have heard of, some others have not. If not, don't worry, stay here because ikigai is one of the things that I do and that drives my life, my lifestyle, and the person that I am as well. But long story short, I was feeling empty and, lost in the middle of. Come on, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Guys, we're in the middle of an episode here. Come on. So I was feeling pretty miserable, and I had the cool job, I had the nice long term relationship, the cute apartment, was living in Miami, 23 years old, 22, I don't know, at the time. And even though I had what lots of people want, I was still feeling lost and empty. So since my culture, part of my culture, the culture that I try to follow is Japanese, I decided that I was going to sit down and think about what my ikigai was, because I didn't want to keep living the way that I was living. So I went to the beach one day with my boyfriend at the time, and we decided to do our ikigai. And after that day, I had an idea that to this day, I feel like it's probably what I want to do for the rest of my life. And basically, after that, I started to take decisions that will take me closer to the person that I want to become and to actually create this space. And till this day, every decision that I take every single day, it's with the focus of thinking, how can I get there closer? How can I make that happen? So this has been a journey of finding my ikigai, not finding it actually, because I found it that day. And voice notes, voice memos, it's a way, it's literally my love language. Like, I've had to move around a bunch of times, or even when we're busy being an adult. Let's just leave it at that. Gets so tricky, and you can stop thinking about someone, but it turns out that your schedule and their schedule just doesn't match, and it is what it is. And voice notes is that thing that keeps me, like in their lives, where I can just try to do a brief summary of my week, my month, of my crazy day in a few minutes so they can hear and be up to date. So, voice notes, it's my love language. And it got to a point where I was trying to keep a lot of people updated with my life and giving them a lot of specific details and all these things. And then suddenly I would find myself with 10 minutes worth of voice notes in my conversation through Instagram or WhatsApp and be like, oh my God, oops, apologize. There it goes, my podcast episode of the morning. So, yeah, basically, um, this is one of the reasons why I decided that doing it in this format was going to be the best option for me. I've always wanted to had a podcast. I would say it's been over 5 years now since COVID. I really wanted to do one. This is another part of me that whoever knows me knows that I can't help it. I talk a lot. Yes. And some people might say that I am a narcissistic bitch. Some others could say that I am like a radio. Sorry. Coco, stop. Stop. Some others might say that it's funny because I don't know, they find hilarious whatever stupid comment I can say, or some others might find it interesting. And to be honest, at this point, I decided to stop apologizing for talking so much, because it got to a point where if I try to make everyone happy, or if I have to apologize for talking too much because I am too much, then it becomes a problem for me, because this is who I am, and this is the reason why I decided to do this podcast. By now you might be thinking, oh my God, I'm already too bored, this bitch only talks about herself. And probably, maybe, and I sorry, this is my podcast, so I would decide what to talk about. um and I promise it will get interesting. And some of my stories are actually fun and interesting. But right now, I'm just trying to explain who I am as a host of this podcast. And this is who I am, a girl that talks a lot. And it can get exhausting. Can get exhausting for other people. But I mean, this is what podcasters do, no? So might as well, I'm just going to test this out and see if maybe I can make some good content out of doing the thing that I know how to do the best, which is talk. And to be honest, right now I'm trying to just go with the flow, because not everything needs to make sense all the time. And I'm also trying to look at life that same way, And this is going to be a journey of telling you my story, my journey, and how I've been navigating for the last 25 years of my existence, because I remember everything in my existence. Well, not the first 3 years, probably no, but I do remember a lot of when I was 5 and what so on. And anyway, to not lose my train of thought, nothing needs to make sense. And that's what I'm trying to prove in this podcast. Sometimes people want me to explain pi in 5 minutes. Let's say that I am pi. I am a very difficult equation, complex equation. And I'm not saying that I'm, oh my God, this brilliant girl, that it's complex and hard. No, no, no. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's just what I'm trying to explain is, if you get to a math class in the middle of the class when they've already started to explain pi 40 minutes ago, you are not going to understand what the fuck is happening. You're not. Now, if you enter the classroom since the first minute, you arrive there early and you're focused on the professor, which already knows the whole equation, who already knows many other equations based on this one. But the professor is doing very hard work, amazing work of traveling back in time and doing an imagination work of, okay, let me go back to the first day when I was a student and I was being explained pi. How would I do it so they understand me? And whoever is engaged in that moment, present enough, will understand it, right? But if you get to the class 40 minutes after, you might not understand shit, or you might as well pay a little bit of attention and kind of get the idea, and then stay longer after the class to ask the professor a little bit of information, whatnot. Well, that's how I've been trying to look at the people that surround me lately. I can't expect a lot of them to understand pi, because a lot of them just, they paid attention the first 5 to 10 minutes, and then they lost track of, their attention span couldn't hold it, or it was getting too overwhelming for them. And then some others have gotten here in the middle of the equation. Some have had the patience to stay and understood everything perfectly. Some others don't understand shit, and they just stay and disrespect my classroom. And I decided I don't want them in there, right? And the good thing about this podcast is that that's going to happen naturally, because whoever wants to stay and listen to the end of this episode will be, and whoever doesn't won't go. I mean won't stay and will just go. And I love that. I love the fact that by just staying here and yapping about whatever I feel like, that can maybe resonate or help someone in their journey, will help lots of them, lots of the people that are ready to listen and to feel heard and to feel seen. And whoever doesn't will just exit and leave. So welcome, welcome to the matcha portal, because this is a portal to transport yourself into a place where nothing is not important, nothing is too much. I strongly believe that distance separates bodies, but not souls that are meant to be connected. And this is why I created this podcast, because I wanted to be a portal to connect with a bunch of souls that are out there dealing with a bunch of things, and just holding on to their dear life, waiting for someone to come and say out loud the things that they didn't even know that they want to say. So, yeah, welcome to the Matcha Portal. This is going to be the first episode. Hope it was not too long. This is the perfect example, guys, that sometimes we are not the problem. It's just the environment. It's like plants. And I'm going to leave this for another episode, because this is a very good philosophy that I want to talk about plants, and how we are just, plants, and we're connected to nature. But if I was sending this voice note to someone through WhatsApp or iMessage or Instagram, it would be a crazy thing to do. But I'm actually just recording it in a voice memo and posting it on Spotify as a podcast episode. And oh my God, an episode of 16 minutes is actually not that crazy. So that's the perfect example that sometimes we are not the problem, is the channel where we are trying to spread the message, what's not right. And is not the problem either, it just is not right. So, yeah, I hope you liked it. And let's see, like I said, I'm trying to go with the flow and not overthink too much. So, let's see when I'm going to post the second episode. Maybe I'm going to be doing this every single day. Maybe I'm going to be doing it once a week, once a month. We'll see. For now, thank you for being here.